Hey guys, I want to do a quick recap of today, 110 child. Okay, so I am doing this recap and I didn't do it live because I had said something when I was live. I asked, with Melnick being suspended and with the judge being so hell-bent on Woody having representation, would they continue, that's annoying guys, would they continue to question Woody? Now, I'm playing this back, and I want you guys to notice something. As a matter of fact, let me go back again, because right now, I want you to realize, yes, I want you to realize the amount of time, the things that were said before Woody comes back on the stand. Then I'm going to pause, I'm going to make a comment, I'm going to go back into it, and we're going to talk a little bit more, okay? Ooh, my stomach is making noises. I hope y'all don't hear it. And I'm still working on his hair. She wants to make sure Mr. Copeland is on the way in. I have a problem with this, and I'm going to tell you why when I pause.
I did manage the temperature up a little bit. It's a little cold even for me right now. Right.
Everybody keep keying. I got a problem, people. This is a lot of extra time that's passing, right? We're waiting on the jury and we're waiting on Woody. That's not my problem. Here goes Woody. Here comes my problem. Oh, she's ironing her clothes.
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Ms. Hill. Y'all be seated.
May I speak, Young? I was told that Mr. Melnick been suspended, and I don't want to speak without my attorney.
All right. Let me excuse y'all back again. All right,
So now she's excusing the jury. Remember, they sat there. I didn't even give y'all the whole play-by-play before the jury came in, okay? Because she came in, she came out. They sat, everybody chit-chat and chittered a little bit, giggled, key. Here is the problem, right here, right now. Let's go. Come on. Jury's out. Say it. I guess I could be talking since she's not. They really was going to play Woody for dumb. This man is intelligent, and he has been involved with the law long enough.
Yeah, that was brought to our attention fairly recently as well. The thing is, he's going to be suspended for 6 months from practicing. It doesn't have anything to do with this case, but do you have another attorney that you want to engage, or would you like for me to find a volunteer, basically?
I would like for you to find one.
All right. Well, I had already, actually, the public defender's office had been in contact with me to try to find somebody without a conflict, and they have found somebody named Charles Engelberger.
All right. This is when I pause. They came in, they spoke, they called the jury in, they got Mr. Copeland in. There was a lot of things that happened. But what people are not talking about is the fact that for her to want to make sure he's properly represented, she was willing to allow him to continue to testify without any representation, knowing dang on well that Melnick was suspended. Now, I'm not saying that she knew in the beginning of the morning. And somebody could say to me, well, everybody there knew. It's not everybody's responsibility to let Mr. Copeland know. Actually, this is a Melnick thing, because Melnick should have let Mr. Copeland know at 9 a.m. Don't talk, you don't have no lawyer. However, that didn't happen. But my problem with the court is the court giggled, talked about the air and how she had to cut it down. Normally, we have seen with Judge Whitaker is she is normally very efficient with her time and the jury's time. So normally, if she would have known something like this, or the prosecutor or the defense would have had this issue and known something like this, she would have scolded them and been like, be more efficient with the jury's time. I don't want to come back and forth. She was willing to let Woody continue to testify because she, Judge Whitaker, who knew this, who has even spoke to the public defender's office prior to coming back to stand, she knew that Mr. Melnick was not available, that he couldn't legally practice law, that Woody, Mr. Copeland, had no legal representation, but she was willing to be just as sneaky as Glanville, just as sneaky as the prosecution, and let this slide right on past the river if nobody would have known about it. And then she could have said, oh, this came to my attention just recently. How recent is just recent if you had time to talk to the the public defender's office? You had time to get a name of an attorney who had no conflict. So you've known this through this little break. Remind y'all, they went on break early because one of the jurors' noses started bleeding. So they went from that into lunch into now. When everybody else came back into that courtroom, before Woody came in, before the jury came in, Judge Whitaker could have said, okay, an issue has come to my attention. She did not. She didn't plan to. When you want to talk about continuous corruption, it don't have, look, a mosquito was tiny. You don't know he bit your ass until you already, what? Got a bump. Okay? These little mosquitoes running around here. Baby, you tell me that you don't think that if the defense would have come up with that after the jury has come back in, that she wouldn't have had a explosion. I'm gonna tell you now, the milk ain't clean. Now, again, I want to acknowledge that they are talking about someone's death, and we are all seeming to forget that fact. However, we want due process and a right to a fair trial. And this is just another example of things not being fair in Fulton County. I'm going to finish playing this video. I've edited
So let me try to get in touch with him and see
already
if
knew
he can
who
get
he
down
is.
here and consult with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to just step out for now, and I'll take a recess and see what I can get done. All right.
She didn't need a recess. She could have handled this before they came back in. Now, I have cut ahead because this is a recap
I'll tell
of her
Mr. Copeland
returning.
this in a minute, but the attorney is happy to help, but not available until the morning. So I'm going to pass along his contact information, Mr. Copeland, and they can plan to be here in the morning. Question for the state. In the meantime, do you have any witnesses that you could get here that are, like hour-long witnesses whose place in the story does not really matter that much? Like, I think you had some people listed as records custodians and things like that. Any chance we could fill the day with something useful while we've got the jury here?
And as always, they've been told to have 30 people prepared. They are not, as always. Oh, but Brian Steele was the one who was inefficient.
Right. So what I'm asking
not prepared.
Is there a chance you can take some witnesses
the truth
out
is
of order
falling
who
off the
aren't
vine.
integral to the progression of the story that you're telling, but whose testimony you need to get for, whatever reason? Like, you've got some phone record custodians, which I don't know why y'all can't agree to that coming in.
Because y'all shady and we can't trust your records.
Like that.
So, Your Honor, the records custodian, for the records that they have to bring in, we do not have business record certs. And so, in prior discussion, I believe that the defense were going to object to those records without having the custodian. Those custodians are out of town, Your Honor. And so
One more thing. They said that the witness that they could have brought in, which they had been preparing for and dissecting for days just in case something happened with Woody, is out of town. Why that man out of town? Why y'all didn't give him a notice and remind him of his subpoena that he was supposed to be at the courthouse? Because we always knew there was a possibility of something happening with Woody. Hello, it's Woody. Woody, woo! Woody, whoa! It's always something happening. And these things are not particularly his fault. Here's the thing. Just everything that's been happening in this trial, from the investigator harassing the young woman to the fact that she lost her job because he wanted to take her out and try to smash. All of these things are showing what Woody is running around the internet saying. They will target you. They have their mindset on what they want to do. The new judge, she wants to be the judge who gets the glory for this trial. That's why she ain't let this thing go and dismissed it with a prejudice, because she doesn't want to seem like she didn't try the trial. So she don't want to quit. She don't want to quit. And she don't have no plan. She wants to see this trial to the end. That's why she keeps letting them get away with a plethora of things. Let me go back. I'm not finished.
in order to.
All right. So it sounds like then that we're just going to have to release the jury for the day and pick back up in the morning with testimony, which doesn't mean y'all are all getting released. Maybe we can get some non-jury things done for the afternoon.
This was known in the beginning of the morning.
I'll give him this contact information.
Beginning of the return from lunch.
And we'll get the jury.
So when she called that jury back in, she should have let them release for the day the very first time before Woody even came back on set and said something. So now Woody is putting in that jury's mind, y'all allowing him to put in the jury mind, it's always something going on. Now, see, we have to wonder if the jury is going to see this as a Woody thing, if he always has a problem, or are they going to be able to see past the BS and know there is a problem with this trial? I don't know. I would love to hear your comments and your thoughts, even if you're not seeing this on live and you're seeing this on the replay. I would love for you to put something down in that description to let us know how you are feeling about what you're seeing and the effectiveness of not only the prosecutor, but am I wrong to think that the judge was just going to play Woody, Mr. Copeland? She thought she was just going to play him. She didn't realize that he was smart enough to come in there and say, hey, y'all been saying I can be represented, and I've been saying some very inflammatory crap. I don't have anybody here to tell me, shut your damn mouth. Because I need a filter. Because y'all know y'all be sitting up here making my blood pressure rise. What would he say? I don't recall. You're messing with my blood pressure. I think that, all right. She knew. She was going to let it go. And she was hoping that the defense didn't catch wind and put Mr. Brian Steele, everybody should have a whole new objection in, but they know putting in these motions aren't really getting them anywhere. So they're going to slow down on the motions a little bit because they're waiting on the real coup de grace, because we done had the coup de grace a whole lot of times. It's just that they keep getting it knocked down. I think that this trial, if this trial had been sent to another jurisdiction with everything that has happened already, this would have been over. No other judge is going to be putting up with this foolery. This is cover your backs. This is get her done. This is terrible. Woody's back. Let's see him. He got another
Mr.
good
Copeland,
question
during
for
the break,
behind.
I was able to speak with Mr. Engelberger, and he is happy to represent you. I've got his name and his phone number written down on this sheet of paper, which I'm going to provide to you, and you can call and speak with him this afternoon. And he is available beginning at 8:45 in the morning. So what we'll do is plan to pick up there tomorrow with you and with him available for you. And in the meantime, between now and then, you go ahead and give him a call and y'all can talk about whatever you need to talk with him about, okay? All right, so we'll see you at 8:45 tomorrow.
You need enough time to talk with him?
Yeah, you can talk with him for the next.
Oh, it's not today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
so
at that
he's available
question,
today.
guys. Woody say you're not going to give me enough time to talk to him? Do we really think that from this afternoon to 8:45 tomorrow morning is really going to be enough time for him to discuss with a new attorney who may not have followed the trial, who does not know anything about, did she already forward this judge the agreement? This attorney the agreement? Has he had time enough to review this? It's coming to me. This agreement that Woody has for the state that is making him testify. The word's gonna come in my head. Okay, immunity agreement. Has the new attorney had time to realize that? Has the new attorney, is he going to have enough time to go through and say, okay, Woody, Attorney Melnick wasn't really giving you good advice because I wouldn't have said none of this. Matter of fact, me and you, buddy, wouldn't even got back on the stage without a federal stamp saying that you can't have these problems. But the judge said, yeah, We could talk to him this afternoon. Is that she is giving the prosecution more time to watch a damn recap, a refresher video than she's giving him to speak to a new attorney. This is not Mr. Copeland's fault. He had no way of knowing that his lawyer was going to be put on suspension for 6 months. This ain't a he thing. This is a y'all thing. And y'all need to give him proper time to get up to date. I'm gonna play a little bit more, but I'm over it. Guys, leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Come on, become my new friend. And let's talk about it. And later this week, I'm going to do a little video because I know I'm just like new coming out here with my own opinions. This is not everything I really want to talk about on this channel, but because I deal with some things with insurance and immigration, and we could talk about those things. Those are some things that, we plan to talk about as far as your business. But this trial was very, very interesting to me, and it is a public interest because at the end of the day, if he's not getting good representation, if this trial is not fair, what happens when it's you? Okay. We'll listen a little more, and then I'm out.
For your call.
I'm not gonna have any problem with music.
I mean, I don't know why you should.
Okay.
All right.
You take
See you in the morning.
Be safe.
Okay, you too.
And the boy had his phone in his pocket.
All right.
He was like,
let's get the jury.
that boy had his phone in his pocket. He knew he wasn't staying. He got his phone. He already been on live. He was already on live before we came back. So this is the end of my video. Thank you guys. I see you in the morning.